Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the topic photosynthesis. What is the photosynthesis? Photo means light and synthesis means to make something. So here in presence of light we make the food and that food is called as the photosynthesis process. So let's see where the photosynthesis process is taking place. For example, if you peep out of the window, what can you able to see? Exactly, the living things and non-living things. The living things are doing some activity, but non-living things do not do some activity. So for performing activity in living things, what they required? Exactly, they require some energy, and that energy comes from the food. Animals and the plants, they are performing that activity, like they are doing some locomotion, their growth, and for this they require some food. Animals obtain their food from plants and other animal source. But what about the plants? How they get their food? Exactly, the plants prepare their own food. They are called as the autotrophs. Auto means self and trophic means nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition means self-nutrition. They do not depend upon anyone for their food. They cook their food by themselves, and that process is called as the photosynthesis process. So where the photosynthesis process takes place? In plants. Whether it takes in animal? No, not in animal. Why? What are the ingredients required for photosynthesis process is take place in the plant? First is the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is present in the air. There are many gases present in the air, but main ingredient is the carbon dioxide. Secondly is the sunlight. The sun gives the energy, and that the sunlight is required for the plants for preparing the food. The third important thing is the water. The water from the rain is always absorbed by the plant for preparing their food. So these are the essential ingredients. Among these is the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, have you observed? The plant leaf color is green in color. Why? Because they have the green pigment, and that pigment we call it as chlorophyll pigment. And this chlorophyll pigment is generally essential for absorbing the sunlight. So these are the essential ingredients which are required by the plant for the photosynthesis process. Next, see what are the different parts of the plants are involved. The first part is the leaf. The leaf is the main site for the photosynthesis process. The leaf have many small tiny pores, and that tiny pores we called as the stomata. These stomata are responsible for absorption of the carbon dioxide, means carbon dioxide getting in and oxygen getting out through these small tiny pores. Secondly is the roots. The roots are responsible for absorption of water. Now the roots have the specialized tissue, and that specialized tissue we call xylem. This xylem is absorbed the water from the roots, and then they are supplied to the different parts of the plants, so that what will happen? The different parts of the plant and also the leaf will get the sufficient water. The third important thing is the sunlight, and the sunlight is absorbed by the chlorophyll pigment which is present in the leaf. So these are the different parts of the plant involved in the photosynthesis process. Now we will see how the process is taking place, photosynthesis. First what happens, in case of the leaf there is a pigment, and that called as a chlorophyll pigment. This chlorophyll pigment what will do? Will absorb the sunlight. After absorption of the sunlight, what will happen? The water molecule which are present in the leaf is split. It's split into the hydrogen and oxygen. oxygen, everybody know, is released from the plant as a byproduct. So through the stomata, oxygen get out. But the hydrogen molecule combines with the carbon dioxide, and the combination, they will reduce the carbon dioxide into the food molecule, and that food is nothing but the carbohydrate. These carbohydrate you can find in the various parts of the plant. For example, in the root, fruit, different parts we can find this carbohydrate. And this is nothing but the source of food for the plants. And the oxygen is released is as a byproduct in the atmosphere. So you can ask here, why the photosynthesis process is important only for the plant? Exactly, it is important for the plant and animals also. Animals do the breathing, and for their breathing they require oxygen, and this oxygen, it generally comes from the plant. Now the second, animals eat the food from the plants. So here in form of the root, for example, carrot, potato, and different fruits like watermelon we eat. So all these will have the food stored in the form of the carbohydrate, and these we eat in the form of carbohydrate. So we'll get the energy. So these are the source of energy for us. So by this way, have you observed the photosynthesis process is very important to both plants and animals? So it is an eco-friendly process. So we should understand that we should plant the plants